The way that we see economic growth is by getting to our next generation. We're looking macro at the next 30 to 40 to 50 years, and that means being involved with the youth. Our greatest way to pull them in is exactly through musical engineering. What we found is that a lot of our youth are making songs and being involved in audio production, which could lead them to STEM, which could lead them to things that get you further into engineering. So for me, I think that's the gateway for us to get those people into the room. Music and engineering is my way to introduce them to science, to technology, to create our new scientists, our new engineers, the people that are going to design our world. And once those people are educated, that's what leads us to economic growth. We keep trying to do this cookie cutter way of approaching kids and not engineering. Yeah. We're not looking at where the problem really is and person by person or community by community or culture by culture designing things that appeal to them. We just keep making the same mistake over and over again saying, oh, okay, well, every company that I know of has a cause fund. Right? Okay, we all get that. We get the buzzwords. We know what those are. But how does that look in a tangible way, in a way that may be different in Chicago than DC or South Africa?
And I think that you brought up a great point about, it sounds in summary like it's not engineered well.
It's because an engineer looks at the problem and figures out a specific way to solve that problem. Then those problems might change and they might morph. So we have to change and we have to morph the way that we're addressing the problem. Yeah. So the thing that worked 30 years ago may not work today.
When I was in 6th grade, my dad took me on a father-daughter trip to Honduras. He had to go do his deals, and so the plant manager, who was a Scot, said, I'll take your daughter around. He was just like, so what do you like to study? What do you enjoy in school? And I said, well, I love math. And I love science. And he said, well, this is math and science brought to life. This is engineering. Mm-hmm. And that was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. But we need to provide more of those opportunities, those exposures to different kinds of work, of different kinds of experiences. Take these theories, take these formulas, and provide the practical application, the daily application. Music is a great way to do that. The intelligence and the engineering behind those tools is phenomenal. If you can start to say, well, this is what, I can't do that, I can't have that fader, and thus I knew how to do this formula.
Even the people who are in the positions to help are kind of immobilized by the funding cycle of a lot of these different organizations, because they could go in okay, we're going to raise money for the next 5 years, and they say, okay, we're going to give you this money, but you have to hit this goal, reach this amount of people, and then 2 years into this program, it's going well, and then an iPod or iTunes drops, and the entire landscape shifts. There's this realization that it seems like every 2 months some new technology is drastically shifting a landscape, that people are just now open to the idea of having open-ended relationships for solving these problems. And I think that's just the bare minimum. If not, you're going into a battle with utilities and machinery that's just not going to work.
It's an unequal playing field for kids to be exposed to the wonders of STEAM right now. How do we expect that any of our products are going to speak to the culture when people that are making them are not representative of the culture? The Warriors, they're a technology company. So helping kids understand how access and knowledge of computational learning can help them see their place in the world, I think that's really important. If kids don't get access to mentors and what's possible, it's not going to change.
And it's not just about coding. Our country has an infrastructure. Engineers build everything. Our country has an infrastructure that needs to be corrected. So we still need civil engineers. People still need to learn how to build bridges. People still need to learn how to fix roads. We still need to learn how to build buildings. But we need to learn how to do it better. And there has to be a way for us to bring more people in. And for us, music is the fastest and the best way to bring people into that world that then exposes you to things that you may not have known about.
How will you remix the future?